Is it on the fastest, the mummer?
The mummer sounds like we're churning cheese or something.
Oh, cheese.
Oh, cheese. We've been on this diet forever.
It's been ages since we had cheese.
Oh, cheese.
Oh, should we have fat day?
No, man.
It's a Saturday night. It's a Saturday. Dominoes.
Dominoes. Oh, okay, we'll get straight into it then. Email is titled Marriage Advice. Hey Sid and Dina, I'm 18 years old. I've been married for 43 days and alhamdulillah I'm happy. But there are a few things that's been bothering me lately. Before marriage I knew my husband and we used to text but kept things halal. Before we got married he promised he would never work at night, but he didn't keep to that promise. He left 3 times at night for the last 2-3 days. Are all guys the same? Making promises before marriage but completely ignoring it after marriage. Yeah, sometimes. And also I would like to know, how do you guys deal with problems in marriage, arguing and fighting? I need advice from someone. I just couldn't keep it. Okay, so this is another point. I caught my husband watching porn. Oh. That kind of flowed out my mouth and I didn't know what it was saying in my head. I caught my husband watching porn and I didn't know what to do at all. He was out playing soccer with his he was out playing soccer with his friends at the time and I guess he forgot to delete his history on the laptop. I saw everything and I tried asking him about it when he came back, but he completely denied it. It hadn't even been a month since we got married. After a few days of me not talking to him, he said, I'll tell you the truth. What do you want to know? And I asked him a few questions and I got nothing at all. Answers were all, I don't know. He said, I'll stop watching it. He completely restarted the laptop and everything, but he still seems suspicious because whenever I try to touch his phone or laptop, he tries to distract me or take it away from me somehow. What should I do? P.S. Thanks for your time and I love you, Dina. And Sid.
No, why the hell would she love you?
Not me, but you know what I mean, the video's in it.
No, this young girl is very, very good because she's married. It's inappropriate to say that.
It's a bit weird though that you've been counting. You've been married for 43 days. You know exactly. Do you know how many hours and minutes?
I counted for the first few months.
That's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway. It's probably not spoken about a lot in the Muslim community, although it is probably a big issue. And if you are an closed-minded Muslim who is a little bit ignorant and wants to block out relevant problems in today's Muslim society, then don't watch this video.
Then change the channel.
Yes.
Don't watch me, watch TV.
That has sex too. Anyway, okay, let me address the question.
I feel like you're sliding to the floor.
I'm not sliding anywhere. Just let me sit how I want.
Please.
I can't scoot back.
You have to scoot back.
I can't.
Yeah, there's some support there, use it. About
him not keeping promises that he made before marriage, after marriage, I'd say that's pretty normal. And it sounds like, well, he promised that he wouldn't work at night. But, you know, work is work.
Circumstances change.
Circumstances change. If he needs the work, he needs to make money, he needs to provide, then he's not going to leave his job until something better comes along. So I'd say that's okay. I mean, if he needs to work, he needs to work.
That's okay.
At least he's working, alhamdulillah.
But my thing is, if he's been doing it and you know his timetable and everything, and all of a sudden it changes, it's a bit suspect.
Yeah.
It can be a bit suspect. But I wouldn't get too paranoid over it unless you know something's up. But
is that what she means? Is she getting paranoid about his work time?
I think she's getting paranoid about his work
times. Oh, is that
times.
what you mean? Oh.
Yeah. The thing is, if he's not letting you near his phone or laptop, then your mind must be wandering in all sorts of places.
Yeah.
And it is a bit,
Mine would.
The thing is, my phone, Dina can and always goes through it all the time. Not because she's paranoid. I mean, maybe at first she was paranoid, it's a bit early. But I don't mind that at all. Because chances are, when that's the case, your husband is not doing anything that he wouldn't tell you himself. Your phones should not be a lock away kind of thing. Don't touch my phone, don't touch my laptop, don't touch this. Because at the end of the day, you're a couple, you should be one.
Oh, and couples who say, oh no, I would never go through his phone, or I'd never go through her phone, that's disrespectful, etc. yeah, okay, if you're gonna go sneaking behind his back, but you guys should feel comfortable enough to, oh, pass me a phone.
You trust each other.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to be totally comfortable enough to do that. And maybe you guys, you know, you've only been married 43 days. You said you did know each other before, but when you get married to somebody, it is completely different, and it might take a while for you guys to get fully comfortable with each other again.
The arguing and fighting is completely normal. That first year, you will have a lot of differences, and you know, fair enough, you knew him before marriage, but marriage is a completely different thing. Completely different. Living with a person 24 hours a day is, at first, the weirdest and the most shocking thing in your life, and that causes arguments and friction and fighting, and you know, people getting pushed into cupboards and food fights and all of that stuff, pasta sauce in your hair and all of this.
Yeah, like the first year of marriage, guys, is honestly like, it's hell.
Yeah.
If I knew first year of marriage was gonna be like that, I probably wouldn't get married. And you know, basically you're never gonna know. Marriage is a kind of funny thing. You don't know how it's gonna go until you do it, and so either way it's too late.
Yeah. And,
you know
until you get over that first year, you don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Because that first year is not a fair reflection on how your marriage will be later on.
Yeah. So tell you what I do whenever like Sid's getting irate, because he's got a bit of a temper on him, this one. You know, if it's about something really petty, like, oh my god, you ate the leftovers or something, and it turns into
my god, I bought those Maltesers for me.
Yeah.
Why did you eat them?
Yeah. If it turns into something, and if it's something so small it turns into a big thing, what I do in my head, I'm just like, oh, just forget this. And what you do is you come at them with love. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You just kind of like, oh, you know what? Okay. So like, if I've been a bit snappy to Sid and then he gets pissed off and we're snapping, I'll go into the other room and then I'll get myself some munchies or something, and I'll walk back into the room.
And she does this sort of smile.
And I'll just go. Yeah. I'll just go.
And I'm like, oh, alright then.
Or I'll just go.
Yeah, something like that.
And Sid will first of all be like, yo, get off me, man.
And then I'll be like,
and I'll be like,
alright,
give me a hug.
alright.
And then finally he'll let me hug him. And then we're all good. We don't have to discuss the argument or anything.
Yeah.
We're just done. It's ended. Alhamdulillah. If they're really petty arguments and things like that, even if they're really massive arguments and it doesn't seem to be a solution that's gonna happen anytime soon, then, you know,
be the bigger person.
just be like, you know what, I don't want to argue.
Yeah, just
I love you.
Yeah, and the first year they're all petty arguments, seriously.
Yeah.
They are all petty arguments, and it just gets blown up.
And they're all the time, almost every day.
They are all the time, sometimes a few a day.
I mean, there's been times where we haven't spoken for like 2 full days, innit? But
Yeah,
we're living
and
in the same
then the
place.
person gets to sit down and think, what? Most of the times when we would argue, and it was my fault, because I'm really stubborn, I would not let it go and I wouldn't talk to each other for a few days. But you know what? It gets bloody boring. And it's so like, what the heck? I just want to eat a meal together or
yeah,
something.
I want to Netflix and chill, like, you know?
That means sex.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, it just gets boring and it gets tedious, and then that will probably happen, and then he'll just be like, you know what, this is lame, I can't be bothered. You get to a point that you can't be bothered.
Let me give you another good piece of advice. What really helped me and you stop arguing or stop talking to each other for so long was our cat.
Get a cat, get an animal or
No, cat.
Get a cat.
Because
get a monkey.
No.
Get a monkey, man.
No, hold on a minute.
Oh, get a monkey.
No, listen.
Get a bush baby.
No, cat is scientifically proven to de-stress you when you stroke it.
That's why you got all those cat cafes and stuff, and people go up to the cat cafes and stroke
So
them.
if you guys like cats anyway, trust me, like for example, if Sid's upstairs and we're not talking and Choji can sense when we're like having a tiff, he'll go up to one of us, especially Sid, and he'd be like meow meow and licking his face, and then it makes Sid all heart melt and he's like, oh, I want to go see Dina. So then he comes down with Choji.
We got 2 cats. Yeah. So if both of us are pissed off, one has one, the other has the other.
Yeah.
Chilling. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
So we want to finally get to the point about porn.
Let's finally get to the main issue.
Let's finally get to the P issue.
Yeah.
The P.
Porn is like a drug. it's like it's a drug. It can be an addiction, and this is just something I want to put out there. If there are any youngsters watching and they also like to watch a bit of porn, don't do it. It will ruin you. It will ruin any chance of a healthy marriage or healthy sex life in the future, because porn, although it's real, it's not a realistic.
It's not realistic at all.
It's not realistic. Like, the sex that is in porn is not. This is so awkward.
But you're watching what necessarily it's a movie. You're watching a movie and you're trying to relate it to how your life will be in the future.
And it's not going to be like that
It's
when
not.
you find your partner.
Unless you're a porn person or a porn star, or you're in porn.
I'm pretty sure even porn stars don't live like that unless they're working and doing the filming. And I'm pretty sure porn stars don't enjoy it. I don't know about the men, but I'm pretty sure the women are not enjoying themselves. They just do it for the dollar.
I don't think the men are enjoying themselves either. It must be
Probably
the
not,
worst
no.
thing in the world, having sex that many times. Sorry. Oh my god, what do you do? You
But
must
can I tell you
must
something?
go home and go straight to sleep.
But for the 13-year-old boys who watch porn, to them, having sex that much is amazing, because they're
Get
young
it out of
and
your mind.
their
seriously.
hormones are like
It's
all
just-
over the place.
Yeah.
Porn is not. It's not a natural thing. It's really, really terrible, basically. And stay away from it. It might be hard to fight temptation, this and that. Stay away from it, because it will affect you later on in life, and you do
Oh, it
not
will
want to
affect
get
you.
addicted to porn and to what might lead to you pleasuring yourself.
Especially for women
for a
watch
guy.
for a guy. If you watch porn and you're doing other activities while you're watching porn, what will happen is it'll become addictive. You will do it all the time, and then what will happen is you will desensitize yourself. You will. It will put these expectations inside your head, and also you won't enjoy sex. You will
Yeah.
not enjoy it.
Because sex with your partner is, you gotta remember, with the porn, they're emotionless. They're in this kind of like emotionless
It's a
state.
job.
They have no feelings towards
It's
each other.
work.
Yeah.
It's work for them.
And what you really want to avoid, so like, let's say the young boys out there, whatever, what will happen is, when you do have your future partner, is you won't be able to be satisfied with your sex life,
Yeah.
because you're so used to,
Satisfying yourself.
pretty much.
What I would say is to the person asking the question is, sit down, and I know you said he keeps saying I don't know, and he keeps saying, you know, brushing it off.
No, he
It's
said
because
in the end he won't. He won't
and
watch
he
it anymore.
won't. Yeah, but he's just telling you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
He's not explaining it to you of how he feels, and he probably feels really embarrassed that you found that.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's a very high chance that he is actually addicted to watching porn, especially if
He
he's
could
been
be.
watching it from when he's
He
a
could
lot
be.
younger.
There's chances are you're very early in the marriage, and he's been watching it for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's very normal to him. So, you know, he just has it on his laptop or whatever. I don't know the situation, but he's very embarrassed that you caught him out. And that's probably going around in his head, and he's probably brushing it off. Okay, yeah, I'll do what she wants. I'll do what she wants, but I won't let her near the laptop and the mobile.
But it might be that you guys aren't 100% comfortable talking about that just
Yeah,
yet.
because it's very early in the marriage.
Because you want to talk to him, obviously you've spoken to him, oh, you're watching porn, like, yo, what the hell are you doing? But you guys need to talk on the level.
You're married now. You are meant to be best of friends and get along with each other and talk about absolutely everything.
Everything.
Talk about absolutely everything. Talk about what he gets from watching porn, and what he gets from, you know, no, seriously.
Not just
though.
the obvious. If he's addicted, it might take a little bit of time.
It could take a
and
little while.
understanding from you, and like,
I'm not saying wean him off the porn.
it's basically that.
That will play a role in the arguing. Maybe you're arguing because, you know, he's
a bit frustrated, maybe.
with how things are going, and you're frustrated, and you guys need to have, and sex is a big part of a relationship. Islamic wise, sex is a big part of a relationship. You get good deeds for having sex. Like,
when you're married and it's
yeah,
really
when
high
you're
up.
married. When you're married, you get good deeds for having sex, for God's sakes.
And not just any old marriage, like a marriage where your parents know and everything, yeah?
Yeah, alright.
Just disclaimer.
Yeah, but it's a good thing in Islam, and you should be able to share that with your partner.
Yeah, you know, scientifically, apparently, like, a man connects, you know, like men and women connect with their partners in different ways. Obviously, women are more emotional. Men connect that, like, they have this, they do in it, like, when
yeah,
they
but
have sex, they have, like,
a physical. The physical part of a relationship plays a major role.
Yeah, and with your partner, it's not just physical. There's all, like, for the man, he needs the physical, but it's also with the emotional. Whereas the porn that he's watching is just the physical, and he's probably fantasizing, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do all that, but it's not realistic, and therefore it is unhealthy.
Yeah.
But you guys need to be on the level. Best friends, talking about it, like, it's you're gonna live together for the rest of your lives. You're gonna be, inshallah, having a healthy marriage in that sense,
yeah,
forever. And so you need to talk about all these things and not be embarrassed by it. It might take him a while to, you know, be comfortable talking to you about these things, because obviously he's a bit embarrassed, and same for you. But trust me, the longer you're married, it will just get easier and easier.
Yeah,
to
and
talk
in
about
turn,
things.
the more comfortable you get, the more you know each other, the better it's going to be. I'm talking about sex now. The better it's going to be, and the more you'll be able to, you know, sort of spice things up, or ask, you know, there's certain things he might like, there's certain things you might like. You know, it's completely normal for you to do that and talk about it. Why not?
And remember, it's not just all about the man. You know, it's not just, oh, I've got to satisfy the man. Like,
yeah, it's not.
Yeah, and no, but also the thing is, in Muslim communities, it's always kind of seen as like, it's all about the man. The man needs sex, the man this and that, and then the wife is just kind of left feeling like it's a chore kind of thing, when it's supposed to be mutual and it's supposed to be for both. Like, it should be enjoyed by both man.
It's supposed to be for both.
And woman, and that's very important for a happy marriage.
Yeah, because I mean, you don't.
This is getting too personal.
No, but I don't think it's getting personal. People need to know this. People need to know that they're thinking about these things, and you all are thinking about it. You need to hear it from someone else, because sometimes it does make you feel like you're alone in this, and why are all these things going through your head, and you're talking to the wrong people. And a lot of Muslims are very conservative about their views on this. And it's
a very taboo
it's a very taboo topic, and you know, I think it's good that they're hearing it from other people, and it's completely natural to do that, to talk to your spouse about these things. You need to tell him to stop being impatient. You are so early into the marriage.
Oh yeah, and you're only 18.
And impatience plays a major part, especially with men, because especially if he's watching porn.
Oh, yeah.
He's got all these thoughts going around in his head, and all these, oh man, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, it's going to be that, it's going to be that. It can be, but it takes time.
Yeah, it can be amazing, but we're not saying it's going to be like porn, because that is not.
No, that's not a true reflection of how relationships are.
Porn basically is not taking into consideration, what they show is not taking into consideration a woman and her feelings in any way whatsoever.
No,
it's just using her completely as an object, and it's completely
it literally
wrong.
it's wrong.
Maybe if you start off by opening up to something that you're super embarrassed about, and he can see that you're uncomfortable telling him, but he might then in turn open up about this porn thing. But inshallah, I hope it all
gets sorted out and everything. And you know what, it's very early in the marriage, and hopefully
get off the porn.
Do you know what, it only gets better from there. The first year is crazy, but it only gets better from there. So
but if it looks like he's really not going to give up this addiction, or he can't, etc., and you need some outside help, then remember, it is a lot to do with the mentalness, his brain basically, so you might need some help, professional help, to get him off it, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's mental, I'm saying to get him off the addiction of porn. It's just like drugs and alcohol, isn't it?
It's gonna take time, but in the end it will be worth it. So stay patient, stay strong, and you know, be the person. You need to be that person that he talks to about these things.
Yeah.
And that's very important, and that would be our advice.
Okay then, this is the longest one ever. Okay, hold on a minute. When you were younger and your hormones were all over the place, And you really wanted, like your mates were
I
watching
played
porn.
basketball. I
He
played
got
basketball. I
get
was
yourself
so
into
into it. I was so obsessed over basketball, and I probably still am right now.
Oh, yeah.
Even Dina turns around sometimes, and she can see the smile on my face. And do you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about basketball. Seriously, I'm thinking about new moves and what I can do, techniques and all that stuff. Every man has his thing. Get into your thing, except for if it's porn. Ew.
Yeah.
Alright, see ya. Bye.
Okay, bye.